NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Minster Wildcats will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Good evening from Jackson Center. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Jeff Henshin for the call of the Jackson Center Minster non-conference affair from a lively gymnasium here in Jackson Center. Minster, under Coach Michael McClure, comes in at 10-7, 3-3 in MAC conference play. They come off of the heels of watching Cameron Elwer fire up 41 points against them? 40 points against them 24 hours ago. So, Jeff, as you look at the Wildcats, what's the thoughts on their play so far this season?
Well, they lost last night, but before that they'd won 7 in a row. So they've been playing some good basketball in that 7-game winning streak. 4 times they've scored 70 or more points. So they've been offensively hitting their stride. They got some healthy players back. However, tonight they'll be without James Niemeyer. Suffered an ankle injury last night, so they're kind of back to walking wounded a little bit with missing a very athletic player. They're going to have a short memory about what happened last night against a very good St. John's team and try to bounce back, get their rhythm back against a very quality Jackson Center team.
Jackson Center comes in at 10-8 and 5-5 in Shelby County Athletic League play. We'll get to the Tigers here in a moment. But first, our national anthem. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
When I graduated from Salina, I didn't know much about the job market here.
I knew I wanted to come back to the area.
I went to Hometown Opportunity, where I was looking for a local job.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me.
Linked me directly with those local companies.
And the last 6 months have been wonderful to feel that family environment again.
Jackson Center comes into tonight's game winners of 3 of their last 4 games. The only loss in the middle there against a very good Botkins team. They have wins over Wapakoneta, Fort Loramie, and Marion Local. Now, starting lineup for the Minster Wildcats, Ian Holman gets the nod tonight. Number 1, Cole McClurg. Number 4, Cole Richard. Number 12, Brogan Steffi. And number 42, the big man, the sophomore at 6'8" in the middle, Cole Albers, leading rebounder in the MAC with 9.3 rebounds per contest. Cole Richard averages 13.7, and Brogan Steffi right behind him at 12.3 for the Wildcats of head coach Michael McClure. Number 20, a senior at 5'11", Xavier Lowe leads the Tigers out of the huddle tonight. Number 4, Lucas Heitkamp, a 6'1" junior. And number 24, Reed Plattfoot, a 6'6" junior, averaging 14.7 points per game. And number 3, Lucas Hartle, a 5'10" senior, averaging in double figures at 10.9 points per game. And number 33, Trevor Huber, a senior at 6'1". That's the starters for the Jackson Center Tigers. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First, for the visiting Minster Wildcats.
The Cats need to stay very disciplined on defense. Don't get frustrated with moving offense. If the Tigers are going to run, they're going to be very patient on offense. So the Minster defense has to stay disciplined. Also, good ball movement on offense. Jackson Center usually plays really good defense, so you want to make sure you have good ball movement and limit turnovers.
And for the home team, the Jackson Center Tigers,
they want to have good transition defense. Don't give the Cats any open looks in transition. Also, they would like to guard against the 3. Minster very capable, have a number of guys that can knock down the 3-point shot, want to guard against that and control the boards. Don't allow Minster any extra opportunities And thank you, coaches, for our keys to the game, and Keyhole Pizza for sponsoring our keys to the game.
Minster will get the tip. They'll have the basketball first. McClurg with it. He'll go inside. He'll go to his feet, go to the court as he slipped. And that'll be a Minster turnover on their opening possession. And as you said, Jeff, earlier, Minster playing without the services of James Niemeyer.
He already missed some time this year. They were playing well with him. He's a very athletic, does a lot of stuff offensively, defensively, special teams. But he's out tonight with the ankle injury.
Jackson Center looks at a little bit of pressure on their first possession. Heitkamp, he's out front, over to Lowe in the corner. Jackson Center, they'll take their time. They average 45.6 points per game. Very efficient offense is what I would call it. Plattfoot goes inside, shot way off target, and the rebound will come down to McClurg. Cole brings it across the timeline, looks to his right. Steffi will handle it.
Minster usually pretty quick on the offense.
Steffi's shot goes out of bounds past the diving Ian Holman.
Want to mention the officials today. I told you a day before the game that they look familiar. They're the same three guys I had at the Russia Botkins girls game today. Their names are Gary Tribe, Matt Cook, and Kyle Mapst. The men in stripes, and again, I saw them earlier today at a girls game in Russia on NK Telco Sports.
Heitkamp with the basketball. Lowe has it, feeds Plattfoot. He'll muscle it up and in. Let's see who the call is against. Basket counts. That'll go against number 42, Cole Albers. So Albers will pick up his first foul, and our first foul of tonight's game as Reed Plattfoot steps to the free throw line.
6'6" junior, very athletic player, very good free throw shooter for a big guy that's going to go to the line. He's shooting at 72%.
He usually knocks them down. Schmeezing with it. Albers. He's going to move on Plattfoot. Albers off the glass. Boy, we could see a premier battle inside here tonight after I saw that.
I just was thinking the same thing. Albers a very quality 6'8" sophomore. He averages just under 10 points a game and, again, shoots free throws pretty well. He didn't get fouled in that attempt, but both those guys capable of knocking down free throws.
Albers will clear the boards. Up court, Steffi. Schmeezing. He's open. He'll take the shot. Clunks on the iron, and the rebound comes down to Lucas Hartle. Plattfoot across the timeline. Top of the arc. Gets it to Heitkamp. Heitkamp back out to Huber. Left side, Lucas Hartle. That's his shot right there, and he'll knock it home. Lucas Hartle. Good shooter from the field, 46%.
Averages just under 11 points a game for the 5'10" senior. And you mentioned Schmeezing. He doesn't shoot many three-pointers. He missed the one there in the corner as Holman attempts one from the elbow. Did Schmeezing start and I already missed a sub?
Heitkamp across the timeline, goes right side. Lucas Hartle. Huber's in the corner. Hartle will take the three. High arcing shot. And Ian Holman, I can remember 2 years ago, he got a start here right at Jackson Center as Cole Richards shot off target. Heitkamp, he goes into the lane. He'll pull it back out. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Heitkamp will try a three. Shot no good. Tipped back out by Huber. And the Tigers will control the basketball. Plattfoot over to Trevor Huber. Out front, Lucas Heitkamp. Plattfoot wanted to shoot, but Albers at 6'8", 6'9"? Got to see, they got him listed at what? 6'8". Oh, he looks every bit of that. Ball goes inside. Good defense by Ian Holman. Richard. Cole Richard. He can shoot the three as well, 37% from behind the arc. And we're tied at 5-all. Huber, Plattfoot off him. Hartle's going to try and go up against Albers. Shot doesn't go. Holman with a rebound. Brogan Steffi motoring up court, moves inside. Dumps it back out to Richard. They'll pull it back out and set it up. Schmeezing. Now Steffi. Albers to Holman. Schmeezing on the cut. Steffi working on Lucas Hartle. There's just some great matchups in this game. Steffi and Hartle, that's a great one right there. Steffi goes inside. Missed the shot, and Plattfoot gets the pass outlet to Xavier Lowe, and he'll draw the foul from Cole Richard. They're going to give a warning on the Minster bench.
You know, we had the same thing in the game today. That same crew gave a bench warning to Coach Carson for Botkins, and he was kind of saying, what did I do? And 12 seconds later, they threw someone out of the game, out of the stands. So
I'm not sure. To me, it seemed like an innocent exchange there.
I think down at the offensive end from Minster, Steph Brogy got fouled. You know, the swat down wasn't called. The one official said made contact on the ball. And I think Coach McClurg said, well, what about down here or something? And next thing you know, there's a warning. So
Jackson Center takes a 2-point lead. And, you know, it's funny. We're right on top of them. We can hear what's being said. We kind of got a different look, but we're still relatively close to the floor. Turnaround jump shot by McClurg.
Shooter's touch there, soft touch, got a nice bounce, and ties the game up with the basket at 7 apiece for McClurg, averaging just under 8.
Cooper Hartle into the lineup. He's number 5. Pass goes inside to Lucas. Blocked there by Noah Schwederman. Into the Minster lineup. McClurg trying to get it over to Albers. Albers and Plattfoot. Let's see how Albers works this one. Little backside help from Hartle. Steffi moves inside the arc, wants to get into the lane, pushes it back out to Schwederman. Back over to Albers for 3. Shot no good. Rebound McClurg. He'll dump it off to Noah Schwederman for the easy basket, and we're tied at 7.
Back there puts Minster up actually by 2 on offensive rebound, second chance points. The missed shot by Albers. Nice job by McClurg there. Good awareness, and he gets the assist on the Schwederman hoop.
Heitkamp is going inside, and going to be a foul. You could see that pushing before he made that initial move to the hoops. He just about almost guarantees there's going to be a foul.
And it wasn't on the pushing contact.
No.
It was on Schwederman dropping down with the swat down. But, yeah, I thought the same thing. I kind of saw the physicalness, if you will. And Heitkamp good on the first of 2. 73% shooter from the line.
Heitkamp going for the tie here. He'll nestle the ball home. And we're tied at 9.
Tigers 5 of 5 from the free throw line here in the first quarter.
Steffi. McClurg. Shot no good. Plattfoot. Outlet pass to Carter Kloppenstein into the lineup for Jackson Center, along with Cooper Hartle, the first 2 subs off the Jackson Center bench. Inside move, Plattfoot. And Reed Plattfoot finds himself in the scorebook. Foul on this end, and Albers
got fouled on the catch, it looks like, before the shot.
Foul will go against Reed Plattfoot.
Plattfoot on the other end had a nice move, used the rim kind of as a defender to not let Albers contend it. Came up on the other side and quickly down the court. You saw how well Albers can run the court. The big man from Minster getting down there. Doesn't get the basket, but does pick up the first foul against Reed Plattfoot.
McClurg inside to Albers, up against Plattfoot. Left-handed hook, no good. Reed Plattfoot will grab the rebound. Top of the arc. Cooper Hartle, right side. Back over to Lucas Hartle. Lucas Heitkamp, top of the key. Flatfoot with it. Clock coming up on 30 seconds. Jackson Center with a 2-point lead. They'll be patient. As you can see in the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, clock counting down. Minster trying to get that double team in the backcourt. They get it up to Flatfoot. They usually start at 5 seconds. Hartle in the lane, short jumper, Kloppenstein, no good. And a rebound to Steffi. Quarter number 1 is over. And our score, Jackson Center 11. Minster 9, you're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Second quarter of basketball, Jackson Center holding to a 2-point lead here against Minster. These two teams come in with similar records. Jackson Center 10-8 on the season. Minster 10-7. Tigers will have the basketball first. Trevor Huber brings it across the timeline. Lucas Heitkamp inside to Flatfoot. Schwederman will guard him. Out front it comes to Flatfoot. Looks like Albers catching a breather. Lucas Hartle goes inside trying to get it to Huber. Heitkamp will pick it up. Gets it back out front to Flatfoot. Huber. Preston Sayre, sophomore, saw a lot of playing time in the junior varsity contest. Seeing some varsity action. He's open for the three. Preston Sayre will connect.
15th made three-pointer for Sayre on the season. A very good 35% shooter for the 6-foot sophomore.
At 16, 14 points. What was it? 14 points in a single quarter in a recent start. Holman back out front. McClurg has it, schmeezing over to the left. Now with it is Cole Richard. Schwederman, McClurg. Into the lane goes McClurg, puts it up, no good. Flatfoot had it, and Holman will knock it out. Steffi will come back in with 6:37 to go, so it's lineup is Schwederman, Holman, Richard, McClurg, and Steffi for the Wildcats.
Each team has only committed one turnover in the first quarter as we go into quarter number 2, so good job by each of those squads. Well, until that, taking care of the basketball.
Jackson Center with a turnover.
Minster in the first quarter was 4 of 12 shooting from the field. That included 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. The Tigers of Jackson Center 3 of 10 overall. That included 0 for 3 3-point range. The Tigers did their damage, making 5 of 5 free throws. In the first quarter, Minster did not attempt a free throw.
Jackson Center a little under 8 for turnovers in a normal course of a game. Inside goes McClurg, and he'll draw the foul. I think he drew that on the first step.
Foul on Preston Sayre.
Holman will come out, and Albers comes back in. Albers will get the inbounds pass. Richard open for 3 and finds the bottom of the net. Cole Richard, 6-foot junior.
2 for 3 from 3-point range tonight. As Dave mentioned earlier, 36% 37% shooter from that range.
Heitkamp, 15-footer, rims in and out. Albers with the rebound. Outlet pass to McClurg. Looks up to Schwieterman, but he'll come back over to Steffi. Steffi will handle it out front. Steffi, a 17-footer. Shot no good, and Preston Sayre with a rebound. Up court it comes with Heitkamp.
Limited offensive rebounds for either team. There's been a number of missed shots. Neither team shooting real well, but both teams doing a nice job, one and done.
Sayre's three no good, and Albers pulls it out of the hands of Huber. There's the steal by Sayre. The sophomore gets it, and it's going to be a blocking foul. That's going to go against Noah Schwieterman. His second, 6'4" sophomore.
Not very many fouls called. I know the Tigers went to the line 3 times in the first quarter, but other than that, it's been very, as far as foul situations, no one in trouble. Schwieterman does pick up his second, but other than that, not many fouls to speak of.
Flatfoot misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Kloppenstein will take it. Shot doesn't go. Albers will grab it. Here comes Steffi with the outlet pass from Albers. Steffi goes to his left, puts it off the glass and scores. Basket will count. Foul is going to be on Carter Kloppenstein. And Brogan Steffi will go to the free throw line.
Steffi has first points of the night, coming in averaging over 12 points a game, shooting a very good 80% from the free throw line.
And nothing but net.
Minster has a 1-point lead. So I know it was 7-7, and Minster went up 9-7. Since that time, Jackson Center had run off the offense, but now Minster back in the lead.
Heitkamp will drop it home on the assist from Flatfoot, and Tigers will regain the lead.
Nice bounce pass from Flatfoot, a good finish for Heitkamp.
Richard into the lane, off-balance shot. He'll draw the foul. It's going to be on number 3, I do believe. Yes, Lucas Hartle.
Free throws coming up for Minster, who did not shoot a foul shot, as I mentioned in the first quarter. Got their first just in their last possession on Steffi's finish of a three-point play. 2 shots here for 70% shooter Cole Richard.
Richard at the line. And connects.
7 in the game for now. 7 points in the game for Richard. Comes in averaging almost 14 a game.
Minster coming into the weekend at 68% from the line, and since they were 5 for 5 last night, and I think they're perfect, or 3 for 4 here tonight.
No, 3 for 3.
3 for 3 tonight, so 8 in a row for the Wildcats. So that percentage is going to go up.
It's going to push near 70.
Preston Sayre, too strong. Rebound. Holman. Steffi. Inside Albers. Albers against Flatfoot. Flatfoot with a block. Albers puts it back up, but we've got a foul on that battle for the offensive or defensive, depending on how you want to look at it. That's going to go against Holman.
Each team now with 2 offensive rebounds. Minster is the only team that was able to capitalize. That was back in the first quarter. Cole McClurg got the offensive rebound and bounced it down to his teammate I forget who scored the basket, but I know McClurg had the assist on second chance points.
Flatfoot, Reed Flatfoot. He connects.
His 10th make from that distance this season. 26% shooter from three-point range.
Clock coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Albers takes the pass inside, trying to muscle it in. Gets it over to Holman. And there's going to be a jump ball as Flatfoot just reached in and grabbed the basketball once Holman put it onto the floor. That was his mistake.
Well, I also wonder, Albers had the basketball. Wonder what he was thinking when he went to make his move. Last time he was blocked, got his own rebound, missed a shot, and you're thinking more times than not he can go up right away. But I wonder with the last time if that kind of was in his mind, he didn't go up with it.
Richard into the lane, shot no good. Flatfoot had it, but Holman comes away with it. Albers now has it back out front in McClurg. Steffi over to Richard. Richard goes inside. Holman's going to work on Carter Kloppenstein. And Ian Holman, 6'3 junior.
Using his strength and his build, if you will, pretty solid. Able to muscle around, not get called for the charge. I don't think it was warranted, but sometimes guys just blast into the defender. He kind of went around it enough, gave himself an angle to score his first points of the game. He actually kept that possession alive by coming up with the offensive rebound, is what I marked it down as. So that's 4 points now the Cats have garnered off of offensive rebounding.
19 all. Jackson Center turns it over, so Minster will have an opportunity to take the lead. Steffi looking inside for Holman. He'll go back out to McClurg. Sayre will be on him. Now Steffi. Holman out front. Ball goes off of Richard's legs. Let's see how they call this. It brings a little groan from the Jackson Center fans.
I didn't see it, but if you felt it went off of Richard, it should have been over and back. If it was deemed it was deflected back court, then play on.
Richard will hit it.
Inside the three-point mark, so somewhat of a long-distance two-pointer for Richard, who scored the ball nicely here in the quarter. He now has 7 and 10 in the game.
A little bit of pressure Minster puts on is just enough to affect, I think, the Tigers' offense here so far, coming into the final minute plus of this one. First half.
Cats have outscored the Tigers 12-8.
Huber, Heitkamp, fade away, shot off of Huber. Sayre will pull it in. Sayre with the open three, no good. Plattfoot flying high in the air, does not get the rebound. Richard with it. Holman's going to go inside, put it up and in. Ian Holman, and Minster now with a 4-point lead.
Not sure how that shot went in. I don't think he used the bankboard, if he maybe got hit or was deflected, but it went in for Holman.
There's the feed to Preston Sayre, the assist to Huber. And it's 23-21, 2-point Minster lead. Clock counting down, as you can see. Coming up on 25. Richard Albers back out to McClurg. He'll just hang on to the basketball. Steffi comes out near the timeline. Heitkamp is guarding him. Albers moving inside. Here comes the roll. Steffi's shot blocked by Plattfoot. And in the scramble for the basketball, I think Plattfoot's going to be the guilty party. Yep, number 24, Reed Plattfoot with the foul.
His second. So was that another offensive rebound by Holman?
That is another offensive rebound by Holman.
I kind of lost track who picked it up, but then there was a foul. So chance here to Cats to score. Second and a half.
Inbounds, it's going to go off Albers, and that's going to end our first half of basketball. We go to the locker room at halftime. Minster 23, Jackson Center 21. We'll come back with our halftime statistics and recap here in just a moment. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here at halftime. We're just a minute and a half away from the start of our second half. I want to take a look at our first half numbers, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
In the first half for the visiting Minster Wildcats, they finished first half 5 of 17 two-point shooting, 2 of 6 three-point shooting. Overall, 7 of 23 for 30%. Jackson Center, 5 of 12 two-point shooting, 2 of 8 three-point shooting. Overall, 7 of 20 for 35%. Minster was 3 of 3 from the line. Jackson Center, 5 of 5 from the line. Rebounding, the Cats pulled down 15 rebounds, of which 4 were offensive. They converted those offensive rebounds into 4 points. Tigers, 13 rebounds. Of those, 3 are offensive, no second chance points. Turnovers, each team with 2. Each team doing a super job handling the basketball. Leading scorers in the game for the Cats. Cole Richard with 10. 4 from Ian Holman, 2 from Cole McClurg, 3 from Brogan Steffi, 2 from Noah Sweeterman, 2 from Cole Albers, their total of 23. For Jackson Center, Reed Flatfoot leads the Tigers with 8, 2 from Lucas Hartle, 4 from Lucas Heitkamp, 5 from Preston Serre, 2 from Xavier Lowe, their total of 21. Thank you, Grand Lake Health Systems, for our mid-game stats.
And Jackson Center will have the basketball first. They find themselves trailing by 2 points. Heitkamp will knock home a 3. Heitkamp now with 7 points on the night after that made 3 gives Jackson Center a 1-point lead on their first possession to start the second half. Albers back over to Richard. He'll shoot the 3. Shot no good. Albers will get the rebound. It's going to be a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Heitkamp for Jackson Center.
His first foul. Boy, Cole Albers picked up his first foul early in the game. He has been clean since. Cole Albers, and you just, big guy, you'd hate for him to get his early fouls, but he did a nice job after garnering the first one. Did not pick up another one the rest of the half.
Minster with the basketball. They trail by a point. McClurg is open. Gets that basketball rotation just perfect, and he's found his spot, and he puts Minster into the lead with 2 points.
3 points.
3 points,
right?
With 3, a 2-point lead.
There we go. His first made triple on the night. He's a 42% three-point shooter, and Brogan Steffi went down.
Officials will ask for a substitute, and Brogan Steffi will come out of the lineup as Lucas Hartle hit that wide-open jumper.
Don't know if he probably just got maybe kneed. I don't know. I just noticed he was on the ground. Hopefully he can bounce back, as Minster has dealt with their share of injuries this season. Again, Niemeyer out tonight. Richard missed a game a couple weeks ago on an ankle injury.
Cole McClurg, nice drive inside, and Minster goes back up on top by 2. Here's the steal, McClurg. McClurg puts it up and in. Cole McClurg has put his team into the lead by 4 points.
7 points for McClurg. I mentioned Minster. McClurg missed a game with an ankle injury. Richard missed a game with an ankle injury. Niemeyer is missing tonight because of ankle injury. So they have had, again, numerous sprained ankles.
Hartle's shot no good, and rebound, and they'll take it inside to Albers. He'll put the shot up, no good. Flatfoot crashes the board, pulls it away from Albers. Letting them play a little bit, aren't they, Jeff?
They are on the rebounding. Albers on the shot just kind of left it in no man's land. He didn't get it off the glass. He didn't go for the swish. It kind of hit the back plate, didn't get the hop. And then a nice rebound by Flatfoot. to secure one of the few empty possessions the Cats have had this quarter.
McClurg with the block, and he'll come up with a rebound.
Well, he's done well here in the third. McClurg, he blocks, rebounds, and has scored 7 points already here in less than 3 minutes.
Outside shot, McClurg, no good. Rebound comes down to Richard, but we got a foul. It's going to be on Huber, number 33.
His first. Team's second.
McClurg will inbound it, gets it into Ian Holman. Albers out front, Richard. McClurg wants to take it into the lane. Turnaround jumper. Shot no good. Holman gets it. Ball tipped away there by Heitkamp. Saved a possible Minster score there. Let's see how the Tigers settle into their offense. Preston Sayre off the bench in the lineup, as is Cooper Hartle. Cooper Hartle has the ball back over to Sayre. Heitkamp wants to go into the lane on Richard. Gets it back out to Plattfoot. There's the screen, and there's the shot, and there's the basket.
Double figures for Plattfoot on a nice pull-up jumper from about 15 feet off the screen. So the 6'6" junior can not only post up, but he has a good off-the-dribble jump shot. And Coach McClurg, timeout.
Full timeout, Minster. Our timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Minster 30, Jackson Center 28. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Right back where we started from halftime, a 2-point Minster lead.
Back and forth we go. All sorts of interesting things. Wildcats have lost Brogan Steffi, or at least we don't think that he will be back, at least for this quarter.
I don't see him on the bench.
He went back into the...
He exited the court.
Offensive
foul.
Albers is going to be charged with a foul. And
no pun intended. Turnover in Minster, and second foul against Albers.
Michael McClurg can only walk back and forth. But if looks would kill...
yeah, that might be a different conversation.
Yeah, got that warning early in the game.
Yeah, and I don't know how that. I don't really know wasn't. They called it a bench warning, I think, is what they said. So I don't know if that means it was against him or someone. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't notice anything at the time, but yeah, he might have to be careful then if he's already been warned.
Heitkamp into the lane, off the glass. Lucas Heitkamp will tie it up with 3:50 to go.
Nice stutter step move by Heitkamp, and he has 5 points in the quarter, 9 in the game. And again, nice job getting his balance and pivoting a couple times. Kept his pivot foot, ties up the game at 30.
Albers working on Plattfoot off the
again.
glass. And the official says you can't do that.
And in a way, I think it was in one of the games I saw either last night or today, I thought, is the offensive guy allowed to push the defender out of the way? Or do you have to get around him? And then, I mean, how do you gain space? I don't know. It's a tough call, and the official was consistent on both times. But now that is 3 fouls on Albers, who has back-to-back personal fouls and 2 possessions on 2 charge calls.
Tied at 30.
All I know is if Plattfoot does the same, Emmets is going to expect the same thing.
That's a great point, Jeff. We'll see how this works out. Connor Schmiesing back over to Noah Schwederman. into the lineup. Richard pulls it up, looks inside for Schwederman, but we've got a reach. That's going to be on Cooper Hartle.
It might have saved a basket. Hartle got beat. It's almost like a defensive back grabbing the receiver
Pass interference, yeah.
Rather than give up a touchdown. I'll just take the foul.
We're tied at 30 all. Jackson Center with 3 team fouls. Minster with 2. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Plattfoot goes to the floor. Huber picks the loose ball up. Bounce pass to Heitkamp. He'll go to the baseline. Inside shot blocked by Holman. Foul will be on Holman.
His second foul.
And Lucas Heitkamp will go to the free throw line.
5 points in the quarter for Heitkamp. 9 in the game.
One of the many good free throw shooting players on this Jackson Center squad.
He's 2 for 2 tonight. Came in at 73%. 2 for 2 tonight. Those were in the first quarter.
And he misses. Tigers at 72% on the season as well. That free throw is good, and Jackson Center has a 1-point lead. Bouncing back from a 4-point deficit.
Minster led 30-28 with 4.5 to go. We played 2 minutes, and now Jackson Center leads 31-30. So Minster's been scoreless.
McClurg, short jumper, doesn't get the roll. Huber gets the rebound. Outlet pass to Lucas Heitkamp. Quickly over to Plattfoot. Plattfoot will shoot the 3 out front. Shot hits the tip of the rim, and Huber will bounce it off of Noah Schwederman. Brings a roar from the Jackson Center crowd. Hartle will toss it in back out front to Huber.
Keep your eye on Holman and Plattfoot inside. Now Plattfoot has stepped out, but just watch the contact if they go back in the paint.
Preston Sayers open. Shot doesn't go, and a rebound is McClurg, but we got a foul. It's going to be on Trevor Huber on the backside rebound.
Huber picks up his second foul. Team foul number 4 of the quarter.
McClurg across the timeline. Minster looking to take the lead here. Schmeezing. Now McClurg. McClurg will shoot the 3. He connects. McClurg very good shooting from behind the arc.
He's hit 2 threes here in the quarter. 10 points in the quarter for McClurg, all here in the third.
Got an injury. And Richard will go down.
Did not see it.
Actually, I think it was away from the basketball. Looks like he either may have hurt the knee or just twisted an ankle. 1:23 to play here in the third quarter of action.
That's now 3 starters, if you will, out of the ball game. Richard, Steffi, and Niemeyer, who didn't even play tonight, or is not even dressed tonight. Steffi is back on the bench. I see number 12 sitting down on the Minster players bench now, but Richard does leave the court.
Andrew Kettner scored 17 in the junior varsity game, will come in for Minster. He'll guard Preston Sayre. They'll go inside to Plattfoot, working on Holman. Holman tips it away. Plattfoot gets it to Huber. There's the feed to Heitkamp for the assist. That brings the Jackson Center folks to their feet.
Moving without the basketball. To wonder what happens when you do, and you do it in rhythm. Heitkamp cut, assuming a pass was going to be made, and his teammate knew he'd be there. And it worked out well for the Tigers. 8 points in the quarter for Heitkamp.
Timeout Minster. Our timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. 30-second timeout. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 155. on February the 5th at 6 p.m., Channel 152 on February the 6th at 6 p.m., and on Channels 3 and 503, February the 17th at 6 p.m. and February the 19th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. 51 seconds remain in this third quarter of action. This quarter has taken a lot of twists and turns. That's all you can say.
You said twist. Again, is that a pun?
That is a little bit of a pun. A lot of twists for Minster, especially.
A couple players getting banged up. And, Tigers trailed most of the quarter. They have it tied up now, but pretty competitive action. Good move by Holman.
Holman muscles it up, puts it in.
He now has 6 points in the ball game. And again, watch him now play defense on the interior against Plattfoot when they go in the paint. There'll be a lot of contact.
Lucas Hartle, turnaround jumper, no good, and Holman with the rebound.
Good job positioning against the taller Plattfoot, and he picks up what is now the third foul. So both big men, if you will, for respective teams with 3 fouls. And good to see Cole Richard back in the lineup for Minster after his injury, so to speak, a few minutes ago.
16.1 seconds remain. Holman will connect on the free throw, and the lead is at 6. And they will keep Plattfoot in the lineup. He has 3.
The lead's at 3. You said 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3. Now it's 4.
Hey, you know things are going well when Holman does a nice job boxing out on one and gets rewarded and makes both free throws. Good sign for the Cats. Good play by Holman.
4-point lead. Hartle over to Sayre. Open for 3. Oh, my. What a rebound effort by Reed Plattfoot with just a second or 2 on the clock.
There's a reason he didn't come out of the game on the offensive opportunity.
Right there it is. We see it firsthand. Plattfoot with a spectacular play to end quarter number 3, but Minster has a 2-point lead as we move on to the fourth quarter. Our score, Minster 37, Jackson Center 35. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Fourth quarter is upon us here at Jackson Center. Minster will have the basketball, and they hold a 2-point lead.
Each team scored 14 points in the third quarter. I think Jackson Center took a brief lead, or did they just tie it up? A 1-point lead, and then Minster came back, has had the lead since, as they will enter the fourth with a 2-point lead.
Huber with the steal, and there's going to be a foul on Holman. Hustling after it, but it results in a foul.
I think more frustration. Huber got around Holman to get the steal, and then Holman thought, I'm either going to knock it out of bounds or knock down Huber. It's his third foul on Holman, but good defensive play by Huber. Good active feet as those two, I mentioned Holman and Plattfoot going at it, but I think Huber and Holman look like they belong matched up together. They both, I think, just do whatever is needed, and they've been against each other here most of the night.
Out front it is Plattfoot. Sayre with the basketball. Lucas Hartle will have it in the wing. Back out front, Huber gets it to Plattfoot. Almost a turnover. Lucas Hartle regains control. It's still loose. Ball is on the floor. Hartle will get it to Huber.
This will be the fourth foul on Holman.
And Holman says, me? 6'3" junior, and Noah Schwederman will come into the lineup. 7:11 to go. Heitkamp. Now to Plattfoot. Heitkamp and Hartle trying to work together. Hartle now out to Plattfoot. Sayre. Plattfoot. Sayre's going to go to the far corner. Plattfoot at the line, back over to Heitkamp. Plattfoot will take the three off the iron short. Cole Richard with a rebound.
Again, Minster doing a really good job defensive rebounding, limiting the Tigers to just a handful of offensive rebounds tonight. That's going to be the fourth foul on Plattfoot. If it goes against 24, and it does go against 24. Decisions time, and he's going to come out in I think a quality replacement here. He had a heck of a JV game, and Lawson Snap is going to get an opportunity here in the fourth.
Scored 20 points in our junior varsity game here tonight.
6'5" sophomore. Going to have his work cut out against a 6'8" sophomore. I'm sure they played minutes against each other in the junior high level.
Richard out front. This is a test of these two teams' benches.
Exactly, yes. Well put. You got to be more than 5 deep to be consistently good because of injuries, fouls, etc. But that team that's a little bit deeper usually is the one that's also more successful. Boy, it almost looked like McClure got fouled, but play on.
Richard, he's going to shoot a long three. Shot no good, and Huber.
That's going to be the fourth on. Is that on
Jackson? It'll be a foul. There's a foul away from the ball. That's going to go against, I think, Lawson Snap, I think, number 23.
He was caught kind of boxing out and wrapping around Albers, it looked like, on the rebound. So he just had too much arm contact and almost like kind of hooked Albers, I believe. At first I thought it was on Albers, but they'll get it on Snap for the holding.
There's a lot of pushing and bumping going on between those two.
Something's going to happen here in about, well, they didn't. They passed it off.
Schwederman. Shot doesn't go. Rebound Schwederman. Shot doesn't go. Snap just tips it out to Sayre. Here come the Tigers.
Break for the Tigers is missed opportunity. A tough break for Schwederman, but Cats could have used that.
Sayre connects.
What a turnaround. You miss 2 points on one end, and Sayre comes back to hit his second three of the night. Gives him 8 points coming in off the bench and a 1-point Tiger lead.
Saw both Sayre and Snap in that junior varsity game, both into double digits. Schwederman will fire the three, no good, and Preston Sayre with a rebound. Heitkamp, he'll work it up court. 1 point Jackson Center lead. Lucas Hartle inside to Huber, back out to Lucas Hartle. He'll shoot the three, in and out. Ball is loose. Richard on the break, has it for Minster. Puts it up and in. 39-38. Minster back up by 1 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
12 points for Richard.
Lucas Heitkamp. He'll go down low. Huber is going to go inside.
There's
back out the Snap. The charge is going to go against.
It's the same official that called 2 charges against Cole Albers in the third quarter. This time he calls it against Huber. And I got to believe there was contact there again, maybe a little bit of acting, but still the offensive player kind of squarely ran right into the defensive player. And again, you either got to stand there or do they want you to get out of the way? And Schwederman picks up, I think it went against Schwederman that drew the charge, right?
That is correct. Albers with it out front. McClurg, Holman now with it. Open is McClurg. Shot doesn't go, and the rebound comes down to Lucas Heitkamp. Heitkamp across the timeline. He'll go right side, and Preston Sayre. Sayre back out to Heitkamp. Hartle will find Huber. Snap and Albers battling away inside. Snap comes back out. Heitkamp out front. Timeout by Jackson Center Coach Aaron Koplenstein takes a 30-second timeout, and we're going to see Reed Plattfoot come back into the game. Plattfoot with 4 fouls. Be back in the game here in just a moment. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Additional sponsors for tonight's broadcast from Jackson Center: Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. 3:40 to play in this one. 1 point Minster lead. Jackson Center with the basketball. Huber. There's the reach by McClurg.
His first foul. Team foul number 3 of the fourth quarter. Also, the Tigers with 3 fouls. You got to think at some point in the ball game that could be a key as far as teams needing the ball back and having to put maybe the enemy on the free throw line.
And the Tigers with the turnover.
There have not been many turnovers. For unofficially, I have the Tigers now for 4. You don't make that 5 because they had the charge earlier in the quarter. 5 turnovers in the ball game. Minster has 5 also. So each team have done a good job considering how well, the defenses have been pretty active. They haven't sat back and held their hands in the air. There's been some, congestion and distractions going on, and both teams have handled it nicely as far as keeping control of the basketball.
Holman out front. Minster with that 1-point lead. Connor Schmeezing with it. Sayre comes out on him. Cole Richard inside the arc. Had a pretty good shot there. Holman's going to come away with that. It's going to be a reach in the backside. I think that's on Preston Sayre.
Another dirty work job. Holman always in there battling, finding the right place, right time, comes up with an offensive rebound, draws a foul. The next foul against the Tigers will put the Cats on the line. But another extended possession here, benefit of Ian Holman.
That was a huge offensive rebound by Holman. Clock coming up on 2:50. It goes to Albers. Lawson snap back in the lineup. Albers pushing on him, puts the shot up and in. Off the glass. Beautiful shot by Cole Albers.
Underhand scoop shot, avoided the charge against Snap, used his feet to go around him, and finished with an underhand right-hand layup, if you will, for Albers, his 4th point of the night.
Heitkamp with it. His team down by 3. Preston Sayre guarded by Richard. Lawson snaps, Sayre for the tie. Not there as Holman gets the rebound. Gets it back in. Schmeezing protects the basketball.
Nice play by Holman, getting the rebound and made sure he didn't just chuck it in bounds, falling underneath the Tiger basket. Found a teammate and got it to him versus just throwing it up in the air underneath the enemy's basket.
Richard with the drive.
On the drive, there's a foul, it'll be free throws.
Big possession with 2:02 to go and a 3-point lead, so Cole Richard will go to the free throw line.
He's 2 for 2 tonight. Came in at 70%. Minster has not missed a free throw tonight. 5 of 5.
Richard rolls it home, 42-38. Reed Plattfoot back into the lineup.
With the 4 fouls, a little offense, defense, I would expect to see Snap maybe come back in if they get a dead ball where the Tigers would be on defense.
Second free throw is good. 5-point Minster lead. Lucas Hartle will bring it up court. Jackson Center needs a score here. Heitkamp takes it inside, puts it up and in, and it's going to count.
Boy, Schmeezing was just trying to run beside him, but when Heitkamp basically ran out of real estate and just jumped back into him, Then there's contact, but really in Smeezy's defense, he was just running side by side, almost thinking you're going to run out of bounds, but then it was Heitkamp that made the basketball move back into Smeezy to draw the foul and score the basket. Those are tough. I mean, I think it's the right call, but boy, defensively, how do you know that they're going to jump back into you? And he makes a free throw for the three-point play.
And it's a 2-point difference. We've got a timeout on the court. Another 30-second timeout by Jackson Center, 43-41. Minster with the lead. We'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 155 on February the 5th at 6 p.m., Channel 152 on February the 6th at 6 p.m., and on Channels 3 and 503 on February the 17th at 6 p.m. and February 19th at 4 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
That was a big possession for the Tigers as they get a three-point play, if you will, from Lucas Heitkamp. Tough break for the Cats on, again, just trying to play tight defense, and Tigers take advantage of it, and big possession for them to get back within two.
Richard into the lane. He'll draw the foul, and he will shoot 2 free throws. His shot doesn't roll home.
Huber picks up the 4th foul. Yeah, on this end they don't get the end one opportunity, but get 2 free throw attempts as Huber does pick up his 4th foul.
Haven't seen a few Jackson Center games this season. Lucas Heitkamp on that drive, that is very, very typical for Heitkamp to take it to that baseline. That's something he has mastered. Free throw is good. The lead goes back to 3 points. Clock at 1:34.
15 in the game for Richard.
Four-point lead. Tell you, Richards, he's got ice in those veins. He knocks that one home. Let's see what Jackson Center can do to counter.
Might do the same thing he did last time.
Schmeezing keeps him out this time. Hartle, turnaround jumper, gets it. Jackson Center going to apply the pressure. 1:10 to go. Heitkamp guarding Richard. Timeout Minster.
Should be a full timeout.
They're going to take a 30-second timeout.
Oh, I didn't think they had any left. Oh, you're right. The first one they called was a full timeout, so okay.
So with 1:02 to go, it's 45-43 Minster. So Coach Michael McClurg is talking to his team. Going to draw something up on that clipboard, Jeff.
It's awkward. Yeah, as much as you want to be ahead, to me it's kind of awkward. Well, do you try to score, run your offense, or hang on to it? Eventually, Jackson Center is probably going to foul you. I mean, they'd have to, but just expect them to play tight defense. And sometimes early in the game, that tight defense is how you score because you get backdoor cuts and stuff. So you have to tell your players yes or no. You got the green light to score if it's there, or do you just wait to be fouled?
Well, somehow they're going to want the ball to stay in Cole Richards' hands. That's one thing I guarantee.
Exactly, but it won't be possible because Tigers will be playing tight defense, and we'll have the 5-second count on him unless he can break that. He'll probably have to give it away at some point and then try to get it back. But expect the Tigers to play very tight, sticky defense and make it very difficult for the Cats.
McClurg.
Tough spot, and I think, Michael McClurg calls timeout. Says Tigers get it across the line, but right into the trap zone, and I think he was looking maybe for some body contact there to warrant a foul, possibly.
And the official says, hey, he hit the ball. So, 54.5 seconds remain in this one. And we got a full timeout. We'll take a break. We go into the final 54-plus seconds of this one. Minster 45, Jackson Center 43. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Holman gets the basketball into Richard. We started up after the timeout. Richard guarded by Heitkamp.
Boy, Albers almost got the illegal screen. He had his foot extended outside his shoulders. Instead, the Tigers will foul Richard.
He'll go to the free throw line, and that's a good spot for Cole Richard. He's a very good free throw shooter.
6 for 6 tonight, 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. On the foul there, Lucas Heitkamp picks up his third.
45 seconds left. He connects. 16 points on the, 17 points on the night. We'll have second free throw coming up by Richard. It's a 4-point lead again. Hartle. Clock at 40 seconds. Back over to Heitkamp. In the lane goes Heitkamp off the glass. Timeout, Jackson Center.
They have
full
two left.
Timeout by Jackson Center. Lucas Hartle, that was just a great move inside, and he has now 17 points. And with 33.5 seconds remaining, we'll take a break, and lots of good basketball in front of us. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
33.5 seconds left. Thanks for joining us here on NK Telco Sports. If you're watching live, got quite a treat here with 33.5 seconds remaining.
Agree. This has been a fun game to do. It's been competitive, just some good action. I mean, we've very disciplined ball game tonight, and hope you're enjoying it as we definitely enjoy bringing it to you tonight. Big possession here. How long will the Tigers go before they foul? Maybe try to get a 10-second count. And then
double team. McClurg will get across the timeline.
Get it back to
Comes back out to Albers, and Richard will have it near midcourt. Flatfoot, he's got four.
He's got four. They don't really want him to foul.
Just want him to get a face in the hands in the face. There's the foul with 7.5 seconds, and Lowe commits the foul, so that will send
Richard.
Minster to the free throw line, and it's Cole Richard.
Six for 6 in the quarter, 8 for 8 in the game for Cole Richard. This is taking a long time. Unintentionally icing the shooter. I'm not real sure why we're waiting.
Substitutes. There we go.
No, you can't. You can't, not until the next shot. No one fouled out.
So Richard will step to the line. Timeout, Jackson Center.
That will leave them with one.
Full timeout. 7.5 seconds to go. 48-45. Minster. Richard on the line, trying to wrap it up. We'll see that in just a moment as you watch high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
The Jackson Center Pep Band plays on as we are into the final seconds of this one. Cole Richard will go to the line. Minster with a 3-point lead, and Richard with an opportunity to make it a 4-point lead. Jackson Center has what, one timeout left?
That's what I have them down for, yes.
Richard at the line. Net. 20 points for Cole Richard. Here comes Heitkamp. He'll put the 3 up. Shot no good. Hits the top of the wire, and that's going to be Minster basketball.
Just 2 seconds left. I think the Tigers are going to leave it go.
And Minster will take the win. Wildcats 49, Jackson Center 45, as Minster moves to 11-7 overall. Jackson Center falls to 10-9 on the season. As you take a look at the score by quarters, Jackson Center had the early 2-point lead at 11-9 in quarter number 1. Halftime belonged to Minster at 23-21. Wildcats maintained that 2-point lead through 3 quarters, 37-35, and of course our final score 49-45. Minster with the victory. Without Brogan Steffi, without James Niemeyer, and a little bit of foul trouble along the way, but the Wildcats prevail. I'd like to thank the sponsors for our tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Keys to the game tonight brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Our timeout sponsor, Precision Strip, our player of the game, which we'll announce here in just a few minutes. Brought to you by NK Telco, and our post-game statistics brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. We'll have that wrap up here in just a moment as well. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Securcom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 155 on February the 5th at 6 p.m. and Channel 152 on February the 6th at 6 p.m. and on Channels 3 and 503 on February the 17th at 6 p.m., February the 19th at 4 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. It was a good one. Minster comes away with a hard-earned win on the road, 49-45. And our post-game statistics brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems and Jeff Henson. What are the final numbers for tonight's win for the Minster Wildcats?
For the Minster Wildcats, 2-point shooting for the game. 2-point shooting, 10 of 28. 3-point shooting, 4 of 13. Overall, the Cats were 14 of 41 from the field. Jackson Center, 13 of 23. 2-point shooting, 4 of 18. 3-point shooting overall. Tigers, 17 of 41. From the free throw line, Minster shot extremely well. They finished 13 of 13 from the free throw line, including 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter. Tigers very good from the line also. They were 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Rebounding, Minster pulled down 27. Of those 27, 8 were offensive. Jackson Center 21 rebounds. Of those 21, 5 were offensive. Turnovers, Minster with just 5 turnovers in the ball game. Likewise, Jackson Center just 5 turnovers in the ball game. Leading scorers individually for each team: Cole Richard with 20, Cole McClurg with 12, Ian Holman with 8, Cole Albers 4, Brogan Steffi 3, Noah Sweeterman 2, their total of 49. Leading scorers for the Tigers: Lucas Heitkamp with 17, Reed Plattfoot 12, 8 from Preston Sayre, 6 from Lucas Hartle, 2 from Xavier Lowe, their total of 45.
And our post-game statistics all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. We move on to our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco.
Yeah, I'm going to go. We agreed, Dave, that Cole Richard came up big, carried the load in the fourth quarter offensively, and ends the game with 20 points, 10 in each half. Was 2, 4, 6, 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter. As he just, of those, I didn't want to jinx him, but of those 8 free throws, go back and look. I don't know if any of them hit the rim.
I think they were all net.
Maybe one, but boy, they looked just repetitive, like he shot a few in his life, and they just hit the bottom of the net, and that helped as the Tigers there were battling back and forth. It was 4 down to 2. That was 4 down to 2. And I asked you, do you think Minster will miss a free throw, and that will give the Tigers a chance to tie? Guess what?
They never did. It never did.
And time ran out.
Yes, and one miss or 2 misses lets Jackson Center right back into it. They play the game a little bit different when they bring the ball back down the court. Instead, Richard just continued to hit them in the fourth quarter. And, boy, when you look at that, well, both teams, free throw shooting phenomenal. Minster, though, perfect. 13 out of 13. That's one big thing. And also, you point out those offensive rebounds for Minster. They had an edge, I believe.
8 to 5.
8 to 5. That was also significant. Low possession number kind of game. Offensive boards go your way. That's usually a big statistic.
I had them down of those 8 offensive rebounds. I wasn't for sure that they had 6 or so points off of those opportunities. But Jackson Center, I only had down for 2. So Minster won that battle, capitalizing on those opportunities.
So Cole Richard, our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco. That's going to do it for us here from Jackson Center. Minster pulls out a 49-45 win to pick up their 11th win of the season. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Jeff Henshin. You have been watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.